Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tony's Picks Happy Hour. It's Monday. I hope everybody had themselves a great weekend. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody out there. And hey, let's kick off the weekend, the week here, the new week, the loaded week. We got some all the matchups ready to go. Brackets set. If you filled out your bracket, you're ready to go with your bracket. We're all ready to go to really kick off March Madness after the conference tournaments wrapped up on the weekend. We'll see how Ron and Ramon did. The two cappers that joined me today here to kick off the week here on the Happy Hour. Welcome, everybody, to the Happy Hour again. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Helps us out a ton. Appreciated by all of us here at Tony's Picks. So definitely welcome. Let's kick off a new week here. Rolling along. We always do here. We get right to the picks. But before we do, we'll see how the cappers did this weekend. See how everybody's rolling. We'll kick it off with Ramon. How you doing, Ramon? Welcome back to the Happy Hour this Monday.
All right, Rod, ready. Let's go with the tournament week, finally, championship week. Let's get going with our NCAA tournament. I know we got a couple of days to wait. Maybe they could throw us a baseball game or two in the middle of the night to tide us over until we get started tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Finished up nearly +8 units on the handicapper leaderboard over the last 7 days. So I'm ready to take it all the way through March Madness here. I'm ready to go with the tournament time.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it as well. Welcome, Ron. How you doing this Monday? You ready to kick off?
A lot better, man. Saturday night and Sunday, man, had a tornado outbreak down here in the south and lost some power. So was without power most of the day on Sunday, but kept track on my radio. Got some serious. Listening to some of the games yesterday. Good action. I did win all three of my best bets yesterday, so it was a good day overall with hockey, soccer, and yeah, soccer went undefeated yesterday, so keep rolling with the soccer thing. Unfortunately, we're now on a break until like March 29th and April 1st, so not much going on domestic soccer, but we'll try to keep you updated here and get some action for the tournament coming up.
Nice. Yeah, I had myself a good weekend as well. Thanks to the Magic yesterday for the nice ending of the Cavs winning streak there. All right. Thank you, Magic. Thank you. Was definitely singing the Magic song on the weekend. So let's continue here into the today's NBA slate. Hey, I think we can find some magic of our own here to kick off the week. Looking at these nice slate of NBA going here today. College basketball takes the day off, and then we're right back at it again tomorrow. So enjoy, rest up, ready to go, and then we'll be ready to go for the massive week ahead in college basketball. But as I said, let's kick off the NBA. First game we're looking at the Heat taking on the Knicks. Knicks laying 7. That total's come down again from what it was this morning, down to 209 there in that matchup. Pacers taking on the Timberwolves. Timberwolves on the back-to-back spot, laying 8.5 there in that one. You look at the 76ers heading into Houston. That's ticked up a point from what it was this morning. Rockets are now laying 16.5 there in that matchup. And then we'll finish off the other 8 o'clock game there. Detroit in New Orleans taking on the Pelicans. Detroit laying 6.5 there in that matchup. Total 234.5. Let's just dive on over to the injury report, see what's going on there. The Pistons taking on the Pelicans. We're seeing Pistons with a clean injury report there. Ivy's still in the report, but we know what's going on with Ivy. We got the Pelicans. We still got game time decisions with Zion, Olynyk, and Ives. Missy game time decision there on the Pelicans. So still 3 big question marks for the Pelicans there in that one. Looking at the Heat taking on the Knicks. You're looking at the Knicks side of things. We got Brunson and Hockey Portal out for the Knicks there in that one. On the Heat side of things, Wiggins game time decision. Burks and Jokic out there. Looking at the 76ers taking on the Rockets. Rockets side of things, you got Shepard and Thompson out. On the 76ers side of things, everybody's just about out there. Walker, Oubre, Maxey, Lowry, George, Drummond, Bona, Yabusele game time decision. Other than that, you're running some G Leaguers. I think Grimes is going to be trying to run it up again, trying to score 40 like we've seen him do once already this year. Quentin Grimes is, I think, going to have to do the bulk of the scoring for the 76ers there. And then I believe that's and then the Pacers and the Timberwolves. Looking at the Timberwolves side of things, looks like a clean injury report there. It was a game time decision for Connolly, but looks like he's in there for the Timberwolves. Pacers side of things, Halliburton, Nesmith, Turner, all game time decisions there. Siakam out for the Pacers. Heading on over to Ron on the first four NBA. What do you think there?
I got my NBA 3-point play easy winner yesterday with Oklahoma City. We're going to come back tonight, and you can get that one at Tony's Picks right now. I'm going to look at Detroit and New Orleans. This was very close to being a premium for me. Bernie kind of pissed off some refs, so I don't know how that's going to go tonight with his statements after the game the other night. So you still got Detroit's 9-3 as a road favorite, winning by 11 points per game. 68% on the road as a ATS. I got to ride with the Pistons. Lay it with the Pistons.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you think there in those first four, Ramon?
Yeah, Rod, I'm ready to turn back the clock tonight to the 90s here, I think, with Miami and the Knicks. Look at this total. It's already down to 208. It opened higher than that for sure, as high as maybe 212 or so. So probably not a lot of value here to give it out as a premium or anything, but feels like an under. The Knicks have got to play defense without Brunson. We know that Miami's had some offensive woes for sure here of late right now. So both teams are definitely trending under here of late. Miami 7 of 10 to the under in their last 10, and the Knicks 8-2 to the under in their last 10. So hey, it'll kind of look like old school basketball here. Maybe we've seen the Knicks play in some of these games just recently. That Warriors game, obviously, the other night, just 191 points in that one. So I'm going to go under 208 with the old school game here, I guess, is what it looks like to me with Miami and the Knicks tonight. I'm going under.
Right, it's a low scoring one there in that one. Yeah, for me, I just can't touch that game. I'll root you on to get under the old school first 100 if they even get to 100 type game there for you, Ramon. Because the reason why is I'm Heat. If you want to take the Heat, hey, you look how they've done as a dog of 6.5 to 12 points. Well, they're 0-7 ATS as a dog between that number and the Knicks. You know what they've done at home as a home favorite. It hasn't been good. 4-12 ATS as a home favorite. So not been good there for the Knicks as a home favorite. So I can't take a side there. And as you alluded to, that total is low. It's dropped a little bit, a lot. That number's definitely skyrocketed downward. So I can't do it. But I agree with you. I think this is the that spot there. The one I do like here is I'm looking at the Timberwolves here. This thing opened up at 3. It's gone a long way. Basically, we're waiting to see if Halliburton, Nesmith, Turner, if these guys are going to play. If those guys aren't playing, of course, then I think the Timberwolves do win by 10 plus. And I think this line's skyrocketing from where it was at 3 overnight. Now it's up to 8.5 now. I think that tells you everything you need to know right there. Those guys probably most likely, at least I'm going to say maybe one of those guys play if you're lucky at best. So for me, give me the Timberwolves. They've been playing pretty good basketball right now, and I know normally at home, house of disappointment, horrible. This morning I kind of leaned towards the Pacers, but I don't think those guys are going to play. It's ticked up even more than what it was this morning. I think we got a double-digit win for the Timberwolves there on that one. I think it's a pound town of the Pacers in that spot. So yeah, give me the Timberwolves there. That takes care of the first 4 we got rolling. Let's do the last 6 on the block. We'll get the Chicago Bulls taking on the Jazz. Bulls up to 6 from the 5.5 it was this morning. Total 240.5 now there. So that's ticked up a little bit too. The Wizards taking on Portland. Portland now laying 6 in that one. Total 231.5. Memphis taking on the Kings. Kings up to 3-point favorite at home versus Memphis. Total 237.5 there. Denver taking on the Warriors. Warriors still laying 4.5 there, and that one total kicked up a half a point from what it was this morning. 237. I think it might have been 236, but back up to 238 there in that matchup. Toronto taking on the Suns. Raptors still at 8.5 dog there. Suns still laying 8.5 at home. Total 226. And now we got the Lakers with the news of Luka being in and Finney-Smith being in for the Lakers. That's ticked up to 9.5 for the Lakers to be laying in that one. Total 230. Let's do a quick little look at the injury report. As I said, on the Lakers side of things, Luka and Finney-Smith likely to be in there. Hachimura, Jameson, and Kleber still out for the Lakers. On the Spurs side of things, Basia and McLaughlin out for the Spurs. This is Laughlin's a game time decision. I'm going to say that he's out there for the Spurs in that one. Looking at Memphis taking on the Kings. Looks like Lyle's game time decision for the Sacramento Kings. On the Memphis side of things, Poulan, Morant, Aldama. Morant out. Aldama most likely being out. Slim hope that he might play. Pippen, game time decision. Looking at Washington taking on Portland. Portland side of things looks like Williams, Walker, Ayton, Grant all out. Kamara, game time decision for Portland. On the Washington side of things, it's Kispert, Brogdon, Sadiq Bey out. Smart, game time decision there. Looking at the Raptors taking on the Suns. Look at the Suns side of things. Looks like Allen and Beal out. On the Raptors side of things, Walter, Portal, Ingram, Dick, Barrett, all out for the Raptors. Looking at Denver and the Warriors, we're looking at the Denver side of things. Still Murray and Joker and Gordon, all game time decisions there in that matchup. Strather's still out for the Nuggets. Warriors side of things, still Steph Curry, game time decision. Post, game time decision. Podzinski out for the Warriors. Looking at the Bulls and the Jazz. Looking at Lonzo Ball out. Giddey out. White will be playing there. He was a game time decision this morning. Kobe White going to be in. Utah side of things. Springer, Sexton, Martin, Collins all out. Markkanen game time decision. George game time decision. Clarkson game time decision there in that one. And that wraps up the last 6, right? Yep, that wraps up the last 6 on the NBA slate. Hang on over to Ramon this time. What do you think they're in the last 6 of the NBA?
Well, Rod, I'm going to go to Washington and Portland here. The Red Hot Wizards, they've won 2 in a row. They're making their late season push here, but I think they might run into it a little bit here tonight against Portland. Look, it's going to be hard for this Wizards team to compete, in my opinion, 3 in a row. I'm actually going under in the game. I'm going to question the Wizards to do their part. We know that those 2 victories against Detroit and Denver were very high scoring. That's how they had to do it in those games. That's how they'll have to do it here against Portland as well. But this road trip here, Rod, it's getting pretty long right now. And even though those teams, Denver, Detroit, are better than Portland, we know Portland's been pretty terrific of late. In fact, if anything, right now, they just went on a little bit of a losing streak to give some of those games back. They did beat Toronto last time out, did not cover, but I've got this one going under tonight. I think it's just going to be a little bit too much for Washington to put up another big number offensively like they did in those last 2 games, 129 against Detroit, 126 against Denver. I don't see that being the case here tonight. I've got under in this one with Washington against Portland right now at 232. Big number. I know what we're expecting. I'm a little contrarian here. I think I'm going under with the Wizards and Blazers tonight, Rod.
Nice. I can see that. Missing some guys. Hang on over to Ron. What do you think they're in the late night slate of the NBA action tonight?
Yeah, give me the Bulls. They're still in the play-in round, whatever you want to call it, wild card hunt, if you will. I'll take the Bulls. Utah may be playing some starters, but they're not playing the whole game. And then you look at Phoenix laying, 8.5? No. Toronto's a great road covering team. They cover almost 61% of the time. And Phoenix at home, there's no way I'd trust them. So give me the Raptors plus the points.
And for me, looking at that Raptors Suns game, I like the over. Give me the over 226. I think that total's a touch light. I don't think a whole lot of defense can be played between those two tonight in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here is, you look at this Denver squad, and they played a lot of basketball, right? Like lots over the last, I'm going to say, couple of weeks, a whole pile of basketball.
Oh, yeah.
But they love it. When you look at the numbers and the numbers that they keep putting up when they play a whole pile of basketball, when they play 6 and 10 nights, the numbers are good. Like they, for some reason, they get better the more they play. And this number, the way it is, it hasn't really budged a whole lot all day. I think Curry plays. I think at least Joker and Murray play here in this one. I think if those guys were out, I think the Warriors are going to be favored a lot more than what it is than the 4.5. Just me kind of reading into the tea leaves of the numbers because we still don't have anything confirmed. And it being a later game, we're probably not going to get anything confirmed before we're done here with the happy hour. So I'm just looking where that line is and what would you make it if Joker's out and Murray's out. You'd definitely be making the Warriors at least 6.5, 7-point favorites in that one more than what it is. So I think one of those guys maybe sit, but either way, you just look at the numbers, what it has been against the Warriors, then I would have to lean towards the Nuggets plus the 4.5 there and now. And I think it comes right down to it. Whoever's got the ball last type of game would lean to an over. I think we see some scoring there in that one as well between those two. But I'm excited to see that game. I hope they'll play because it'll be a good one in the late night slate. And then looking at Memphis, man, I'd like to take Memphis here in the spot because this looks like a great spot coming in as a dog. But maybe Memphis at the start of the year. I know the last 5 they're starting to pick it up in win games, but I don't know. I think this is a Kings spot. I would lean to the Kings. Also lean to an under. You look at the 7-2 to the under the last 9 head-to-head between Memphis and the Kings. So yeah, give me the under 237 there, Memphis and Sacramento. And I agree with Ron. Give me the Bulls there in that one. Bulls are starting to play 4-1, 5-0 ATS the last 5. And we know the Jazz are in tankathon mode. And it's just as Ron says, it's like, hey, they're starting to look good. You're like, hey, the Jazz are going to play me. We're going to get a cover here. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, where are those guys going? Is there a buffet open over there? Where are they going? You can't just walk out of the game like that. And you know what's coming next. Here comes the G Leaguers, and then you lose. So it's like, can't do it with the Jazz there in that one. Agree. Take the Bulls there. All right, that wraps up the NBA slate of today's card. Let's skate on over the ice. Smaller slate on the ice today, but still, there's a couple money makers here in this one. We'll kick it right off with with all 5 going here today. We got Buffalo taking on Boston. We got the Philadelphia Flyers taking on Tampa Bay. We got Calgary taking on the Leafs. We got the Devils into Columbus. We got the late night slate. We got the Kings taking on Minnesota there in that one. We'll kick it off with Ron. What do you think here in the late night slate of the NHL?
Now I got my NHL slapshot play winner yesterday with Colorado, so you can get that right now at Tony's Picks. I'm looking at this Buffalo and Boston. This line's been all over the place. It's my spreadsheet play today. I had Boston. I know it's now Corpusalo, but man, Buffalo can't win on the road. Are you kidding me? They are horrible on the road. So I'm going to take Boston in that one.
Just Boston for you tonight on the NHL slate?
Oh, is that we're going through the whole slate?
Yeah, we only got 5 games.
Okay. Yeah, let me get the under between the Kings and the Wild. Kings don't score on the road, and the Wild, we got the best goalie in there. We got Kemper. We got Gustafson. I don't see too many goals. It was a 6.5. It's coming all the way down to 5.5. So definitely you want to go under 5.5 and probably lean toward the Wild. I don't know why anybody would take the Kings on the road, but yeah, I'd probably lean toward the Wild in that one.
Sounds good. Yeah, I like the Wild there in that one as well. Hey, on over to Ramon. What do you think of the NHL slate tonight, Ramon?
Well, Ron mentioned the Sabres and some of their road woes. I've got to go over in the game between Buffalo and Boston. Yeah, maybe Boston has some issues scoring at home a little bit, but I think at Buffalo, maybe they can step it up a notch here. I know that I'm going to have to fight this one with a 6 here. I definitely was hoping for a little bit lower with these two and take it over here, but I'm going to go over. Buffalo's a pretty steady over team. Almost 2 out of every 3 games are going over this season with Buffalo. They're also 13-6 to the over. I mentioned as a favorite because they looks like to me they've moved slightly to a favorite here at most of the books here tonight. Rod, if I'm not mistaken. So give me the over here in this one with Buffalo and Boston. And hey, I got to take an under here in one of the games. I'll go to the Flames and the Maple Leafs for my under in this one. Both teams coming off of a couple of losses here. And usually this is a high-scoring series. I know that. Rod, with these two, surprisingly, I think it feels like, but Toronto at home, 11-21 to the under right now. Give me the under. I'm going to have to take it under here. If they're a big favorite, I expect them to hold Calgary down. Calgary just 11-19 to the under on the road. So give me the under in this one at 5.5. It's heavily juiced to the over, so I think we can get even money on that. So I'll take the under in Calgary and Toronto tonight.
Yeah, look at that game as well. When you look at it, Leafs recently, 6-3-1 to the over last 10, but Calgary is 7-3 to the under. And why? Well, because Wolf's going, right? He's been Mr. number 1 for Calgary. Said a couple times already. Watch out. Calgary could surprise some people. If Wolf gets hot, he could steal you a series. He's that good a goalie. So with Ramon, I think we got a low-scoring one there in Calgary, Toronto. I like the under there as well. And then another one I'm looking at here is I got to agree with Ron. I like Boston here in this one. Boston, hey, they've struggled 3-6-1 in the last 10. You know, like Buffalo, same thing, 3-6-1 in the last 10. But what does Boston do off of a loss? When they come in off of a loss versus Buffalo, they've won 9 straight games. Nothing like a get right spot than beating up on a Buffalo squad that not good on the road, not good over their last 10. Looks like they're playing up the string for the season, maybe in tankathon mode, trying to get that last spot and maybe get a first-round pick and help improve the team from what we've seen over the years. Man, I feel for Buffalo fans. It's got to get better at some point, Buffalo fans. For you there in that one. And then I agree. I got to go with the Wild there in the late game. Still trust the Kings out there on the road. But also like the under, as Ron alluded to. You look the Wild 6-4 to the under last 10. Kings 7-3 to the under in the last 10. And on the road, they struggled to score goals. So I agree. Under 5.5 there and that one. And then one more left on the slate of things to go. We might as well look at the baseball game that kicks off overnight. We will not be here. That game will be all wrapped up by the time we get to the drive-through on Tuesday. So we'll look at it. We got the Dodgers taking on the Cubs. We'll kick it off with Ramon here in this one. What do you think in the MLB kickoff game? Dodgers,
Bummer.
Dodgers Cubs.
Yeah, bummer here. No Mookie Betts in the lineup for this one, for these games over there right now. He's fighting a bit of an illness, so that does affect the Dodgers certainly here. But I'm going to take the first game over the total of 8. I still think the Dodgers might come out and be able to have a pretty good offensive showing against Imanaga. I think Edman, I think Teoscar, I think also Will Smith, those bats from that side can do it here. Looking at an 8 right now, it looks like pretty much everywhere it's slightly juiced to the under right now. I'm going to take over in this opener at Tokyo here in this one with the Dodgers and the Cubs. My play will be on the over here. Dodgers a pretty stiff favorite, and I'm sure they can be much the best here, but I'll try the over as my pick on the show.
What are they here in this one, Ron?
So once again, we have to use kind of last year's stats. So I ran it with my spreadsheet. I'll tell you what it says. 54-28 Dodgers money line. There's no way I'm laying that money line, and I'm not laying -1.5. So I'm passing on that, but I think the Dodgers win it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cubs plus the 1.5. You look at the Cubs, what they did last year versus right-handed pitching, and they actually fared well. If you bet the Cubs versus every right-hander going, you'd have a positive year unit-wise betting the Cubs against right-handed pitching last year. And then even on the run line, you'd be up about 30-something units betting on the plus 1.5 with the Cubs last year on that plus 1.5. And I see it right now. I'm only having to play in minus 120. I'll take the Cubs plus the 1.5. Cubs either win this one outright or it's probably a one-run game. They want this close. Maybe back and forth. We know both pitchers looking for a good start here in this one. And as Ramon said, I said in the morning show, I like some runs to be had. So you got to look at it. How long are these starters really going to go when you look at things? It's the first game of the year. I expect if you can get 4 innings out of either one of these guys, you'd be happy with that with your starter to kick off the year. Get a 4-inning start, maybe get a 5 if you get lucky. If his pitch count stays low enough, you'd be quite happy with that. But expectations 3 best. So I expect we're going to see some runs as well. But give me the Cubs plus the 1.5. I think it's real close, 7-6 type game. I think we see some offense though. It's who wants to get up early and tune into no offense game? Maybe I'm wrong. Well, that wraps up the slate of sports going. Now it takes us off to the parlay section. Game in the future, player prop. We'll leave it up to the capper to decide, and then they'll let you know where they can find their best bets. The bets they're making tonight, and what they got going here to kick off the week over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you will find the bets that we're making today over there at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll kick it off with Ramon today. What do you got for us, Ramon?
Rod, I'm going to go to Unrivaled, the women's 3-on-3 championship game tonight. And I'm going to take Rose to win this one. They are favored here at minus 1.5. They played a whole season. You might have missed it. But if you want to see the championship tonight of the Unrivaled 3-on-3, highly popular. And the excitement for these ladies when the game is over, it's authentic because they're getting paid on these games, and it means a lot to them. So, if you're down on those NBAers a little bit tonight with this nice big card, that's fine. But you do have a championship game tonight in Unrivaled here. So I've got Rose to win in Unrivaled tonight at minus 1.5 over Vinyl. There have been some injuries here, no doubt, but I'm still going to grab Rose. They look pretty good. My team, Rod, official team this season has already been eliminated. The Lunar Owls lost, so I'm going to have to bet on these 2 games. I said first night, my official team, Lunar Owls, they got knocked out. Maybe they were the favorite to win it all, but they got knocked out. So give me Rose tonight. I've got a 3-pack in the NBA tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com in the NBA. It might have been slim pickings, but we found 3 top plays over there, and I've got my $19 discount best bet in your favorite, Rod, on the ice. So going to keep it rolling here. I've got one of the top marks right now on the site from all the cappers in the NHL of late. So check out those handicapper leaderboards, see who's hot, and then grab my $19 discount best bet. Throw in that promo code Tony T at checkout on those on that 3-pack. Save with that. Appreciate it. We found some sports. We started our week. Appreciate you guys having me, and thanks to everybody in the chat. Let's have a good week, and let's get to the hoop. I saw somebody in there bummed out. We have one day with no basketball, without any college ball. It's all right. We will survive. Let's get it going.
Well, yeah, because the sad part, we got 63 games left, and then we'll be without it till like November. So don't say that too much. But enjoy it while we can. Savor the moment because it won't be around. It's gonna go like that. Trust me, it'll be like blank. Oh, it's all over with. It's like these first 2 rounds always go, and then boom, we're at the Sweet 16, and it seems to wrap up so fast. Just when things seem to get going. Love college basketball. Hang on over to Ron. What do you got for us here on Monday night? We're here, Ron.
Like I said, I have my NBA 3-point play and my NHL slab shot play. Both won yesterday, so you can get those right now. For a parlay, I'll give you what I gave you earlier. Give me Boston Bruins and the Minnesota Wild, both on the money line. Unfortunately, I don't have any soccer to give you all today because we're on a little break until almost April. So yeah, hope you've been cashing with that because we've been really kicking it in
Yeah,
soccer.
definitely been kicking it. Hope you've been tailing along because yeah, you guys have both been kicking it in the soccer action there. So that's good.
Let
Definitely
me let
kicking
me
it
let,
there.
let, let me address something in the chat real quick. Yes, Mr. Whistler's, congratulations on your Gators, but they're not going all the way. I'm just going to say it right now.
Chomp chomp. We'll see. Somebody's healthy, so watch out.
Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, we're there's something going on there. It's been the last 3 out of 4 is not looking good. I wouldn't take Auburn either, and I'm an Auburn fan. But who would I look at? I guess we can talk about that later. But anyway, pair us up. We got the tournament coming up. Rod's been kicking it, and then NCAA. I am not, but maybe you can hook me up with NBA. Where I'm doing very well in NHL, and of course soccer when it comes back. So pair us up and get that. Use that code Tony T at checkout.
Yeah, definitely. Can't complain. What's going on the last 30 days, that's for sure. Rolling along. College basketball, NHL's been good. NBA's heating up a little bit as well. So definitely jump aboard over there. I got a Monday triple going, 2 on the ice, and my NBA drop a dime plays in that Monday triple, and then I got a triple in the NBA 3. I love there tonight. My NBA drop a dime is in that Money Monday triple in the NBA as well. So definitely, if you're looking for one or the other, it's either in the NHL package that has my NHL one timer or the NBA. Money Monday triple has it all in there. My NBA drop a dime, NHL one timer, and another NHL thrown in there. So definitely jump aboard something over there or at Tony'sPicks.com. Or better yet, take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotion as well. You can see all of us up there on the leaderboard. Ron's been up there. Ramon had himself a great week last week. He's looking to continue that last week's success right into this week's success. Hey, look, my hat popped up. It looked kind of, yeah.
Have you been? Roger, are you in the Guinness already?
He's on a Lucky Charms box, man.
Yeah, right. They're
That's
magically delicious.
Lucky Charms. Rod's magically delicious, guys.
Magically delicious. Definitely.
Always after me, Lucky Charms.
Yep.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms. Always. But anyways, you can get all of our Lucky Charms over at Tony'sPicks.com. Hit the link in the description. Get right on over there, and you'll find those Lucky Charms we got rolling tonight to put some cash into your pocket. So definitely hand it over and scoop it up. And a parlay for me, I'm going to, the one that I liked in the morning show, I'm going to stick to it, but we're going to add Boston to that same little parlay that Ron just rolled. He had Boston, and he put in the Minnesota Wild, but I'm also going to throw in Columbus. I like Columbus there tonight. A little 3-teamer there on the ice. Columbus, Boston,
Back
and the
in
Minnesota
Jet, huh?
Wild.
You're back in Jet,
Yeah.
huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Give me Columbus there in that one. Little 3-teamer.
Back in old Jet Greaves. We'll see what happens.
We Jet Creeves in there for that one. I like the over in that one too. I think we see some
Jake
goals.
Allen's ass, anyway.
Right? Sits Allen in there too, right? So yeah, give me Columbus. Love it. That wraps up to Monday's St. Patty's Day edition. The first St. Patty's Day edition of the happy hour. That's all we need is to be having a pint and cracking a Guinness and rolling along and flipping on the Irish Rovers over here and Ron playing us a tune.
Yes, sir.
You got long neck geese, some humpty back camels, and
Some
some
Dropkick Murphys.
chimpanzees.
What you need.
Yeah, some Dropkick Murphy. Yeah, Dropkick Murphy's another one. Definitely few Irish ditties you could be singing along here too. But definitely have yourself a happy St. Patty's Day. And if you are having yourself some Guinness, definitely don't be partaking in any automobile activities afterwards.
Flogging Molly,
safe
picks
out
from
there.
Dave. That's what I'm talking about. He got it.
Definitely. Right? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have yourself a wonderful Monday. Make it a good one. Happy St. Patty's, everybody. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll have the morning show back at it. And as somebody said, they're missing college basketball.
Tomorrow night, baby.
Yeah,
Four.
it'll be right back tomorrow. So tune in to the morning show. We'll have college basketball rolling back again.
Not invited tournament starts too. So.
And the not invited tournament as well. And then the we'll see IBE thingies going as well. So there's definitely lots of college basketball rolling along with.
Did Indiana make that one? Because I haven't seen.
I thought they decided they weren't going to play anything. They were like, if we didn't play that one, we don't want to play at all. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yeah, they got to put more money into those tournaments. What's going to happen? The NCAA going to just swallow up that NIT. That's why you're going to have 90 teams, I think.
Yeah.
A couple years down the line.
I will say though, as an SEC fan, it's BS that they got that many, and there's some other deserving teams than some of the bottom dwellers there. They really benefited from some home court advantage in the SEC this year. A lot of them didn't go on the road and do anything, and you're going to see that in some of those other tournaments. Yeah,
those teams might be better than some of those lower entries of some of the mid majors, but when you finish with the winning only 30 or 40% of your league games, I think that should be a disqualifier right there. You had your chance, so. That's my only. I think the arguments are kind of tired, and I always turn it off. But we all have our opinion on it too. So it seems like the public is in the in agreement on the way it's kind of been done. It's just kind of a tired argument. I turned off all the shows today because that's all they were. Not talking about the gambling show. I'm talking about the mainstream TV shows because that's all they wanted to talk about. And it's kind of tired, really. But it's frustrating a little bit. Maybe. Hey, one of those teams could get on a roll, no doubt about it, but you just get tired of them a little bit.
Yeah, we could see Alabama State play in Auburn. They're like an hour away, man. Montgomery, Alabama to Auburn.
Possible, very possible there. It's that is very possible there.
I got one more take tonight. Mismatch in the TGL Golf League. Take Los Angeles over New York. One team's trying, one team isn't. Take Los Angeles. I know they're $1.45, but take them.
Let's have a quick little look at. I'll update the NBA report before we head on out. I'll see if we see anything new news. Nope, still no news on the Pelicans. Triple missing, still there. The Pacers still the same three, questionable there. The Warriors still questionable, and the Nuggets still questionable. Because these are later games tonight. That's what it is. We got all these 10 p.m. Eastern games tonight, right? 1, 2, 3, 5 of the games are 10 p.m. or later tonight. So it just happens to be as much as we would like to. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have yourself a wonderful Monday. See you guys. Catch you
tomorrow.